Congratulations on finally moving out.
Huh? I'm not moving out.
Oh, yes, you are. Even if you have to go and live under a bridge and beg for money.
Sis, what are you talking about?
Just because you quit your job as soon as you hit a rough spot doesn't mean you can go and live with Mom forever. She doesn't want to take care of you forever. Have some shame. I won't let you freeload off Mom anymore. Get out of the house already.
What? This is so sudden. What brought all this on?
I'm not going to buy your excuses anymore. Your workplace was toxic. Your boss was exploiting you. Oh, boo-hoo. Welcome to the real world, bro. That doesn't mean you can just run away and quit.
I was at my limit with that place. That company was crazy, you know? It's only really sinking in how bad it was now that I've left. I had to go to work on the first train on the morning and leave on the last train, and I hardly ever got paid overtime. My boss was like a demon. He used to throw things at me in the office. He even fired one of my coworkers for getting pregnant. I just couldn't stay there anymore. I had to leave or I was going to go crazy.
So many excuses. You just have no spine. You need to act like an adult already. Just because things didn't work out exactly the way you wanted them to doesn't mean you can leave.
I actually worked there longer than anyone else, you know. All of my other coworkers who started at the same time as me quit years ago. The place had an unbelievably high turnover rate.
Don't compare yourself with others to try and feel better. You've always been a loser.
You don't know what it was like there, Wanda. My boss was a monster. Well, he wasn't half as cruel as you, though. Anyway, what do you want?
I decided on your new living situation, so leave our Mom's house already.
Under the bridge, right?
Exactly. The perfect location for a jobless freeloader like you. I'm a considerate big sister, so I at least found a nice bridge for you. Now, off you go!
Give me a break. Mom told me it was okay to come home for a while.
You're just taking advantage of her kindness as per usual. Manipulative as always, Tom. I'm the one who is going to inherit that place one day, so why are you living there?
I don't see what inheritance has got to do with anything. I'm just staying at home until my health returns, and then I'm planning to go back to the city.
You're not fooling anyone, you know. You're trying to manipulate Mom into leaving the house to you.
I'm not doing anything like that, really. I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm just not well at the moment.
Yeah, right. A 35-year-old man going to live at home with his mother. It's just pathetic. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I feel awkward about the situation as well, you know. But I'm just going to focus on recovering my physical and mental health for a while. And then I'm leaving.
Stop whining! Your manipulation won't work on me. Your boss was mean to you. So what? You're just making excuses for yourself because you don't want to work.
Come on, don't be like that. I am feeling a little better, but I'm still not well enough to go back to working full-time.
I told you to stop whining. Everyone in the world has problems, you know. You're not special.
Didn't you just tell me not to compare myself to others?
I wouldn't say that. You are inferior to everyone in the entire world, you little parasite.
Jeez, I'm starting to feel sick again from talking to you like this.
Go ahead and get sick or whatever. I don't care. How am I supposed to tell my husband that my brother is an unemployed freeloader?
What does any of this have to do with my brother-in-law?
Don't you understand? There's a world of difference between the two of you. My husband is the president of that famous company, Pronto Business.
I know that, I know. Pronto has been doing a lot of commercials lately, right? Good for you guys.
It's all down to me, of course, since I became vice president 2 years ago. I've been in charge of planning our business strategies and making the company do commercials since then to spread more public awareness. The company is going to become more and more famous from here on out. Having a family member like you is a big nuisance.
Is the company really going to be okay with someone like you as vice president?
What's that supposed to mean? I'll have you know I am very capable. Unlike you.
Is that so? But Pronto business has nothing to do with me. And I'm not going after our parents' house.
Of course you're going after it. You're unemployed and poor. How else are you ever going to own a house if it's not our parents?
If that's what you're worried about, I'm not actually poor. I have savings, you know. And I make money trading stocks in my free time.
Your savings are nothing, and your stocks will fail and disappear soon. Not to mention, your very existence is a nuisance. Society would be a better place without people like you.
You still say such terrible things. Why do you treat me like this even though I am your brother?
Whatever. You have 1 week to pack your bags and get out of our mom's house. 1 week. Don't make me wait any longer.
My name is Tom. I'm 35 years old. I recently quit my job and moved back to my parents' house to live with my mom. The company I worked for 13 years after graduating from college was an exploitative work environment, with no time off and lots of unpaid overtime. I was yelled at and insulted every day, and constantly stressed out. Despite my surroundings, I gritted my teeth and continued to work hard. After years and years of effort, I finally made it to the position of department manager. But I was caught between the pressure from my boss and my subordinates' expectations, and the pressure caused me to become ill and resign from my job. I was miserable. For a while, I was confined to my house, unable to go outside. My mother was worried about me and decided to let me stay at home with her for a while. I have decided to live with her for a while to rest and recover. However, my sister, who has always given me a hard time since we were kids, doesn't approve. She has always been upwardly mobile and a bit of a show-off. She has been determined to marry a rich man since she was a student. She went on a ton of dates looking for someone up to her standard. Eventually, her dream came true. She got herself a rich husband who runs a successful company. Since she married him, she's been acting like she's so much better than me. I have kept my distance from her for a long time because of that. But since she found out I was moving back home, she has been harassing me every day.
Why are you still at home? Move under the bridge already!
I'm just waiting till things settle down a little more.
Are you stupid? I said you have a week. Stop relying on Mom and go and be an adult already. You're already 35 years old, Tom.
But I got job offers from a friend of mine, so I'm dealing with that at the moment.
Don't be an idiot. There's no way anyone would ever hire you.
They're not planning on hiring me. They want me to be a consultant.
A consultant? How can you be a consultant? You can't give advice. Is your friend a moron or what?
Don't talk like that about my friend. He asked me to be a consultant because I know a lot about stocks. He said I could do the job at my own pace until I'm fully recovered. I have a meeting with him this afternoon.
You're trading stocks? You're going to fail, you know. Don't come crying to me if you end up in debt, okay?
You're the only one I'd never rely on.
So you're not home today?
Why? You're home now?
Your sweet sister has done all the moving for her baby brother. I threw away all your stuff, and I've already sold the house.
What are you talking about? What's going to happen to Mom if you sell the house?
I'll take her to live with me.
Mom said she didn't want to live with you because she would be forced to do all the housework and take care of the grandkids.
That's not true. She says she's looking forward to living in my luxury condo with me and the grandkids.
No way. I don't believe a word. Mom didn't really say that, did she?
I did tell her. I waited a week for you to move out and you're still there. It's your fault she's leaving.
Wait a minute. There's no way you could sell the house in a week. You just sold the house without asking anyone first, didn't you?
It's going to be used as a parking lot because of the good location. The house will be demolished tomorrow.
You've got to be kidding. Where did you leave all of my stuff?
I took it to the dumpster. Maybe it's still there. There wasn't anything worth taking anyway. Go visit the dumpster if you want it back. Maybe it can even be your new home.
This is too much, even for you. I didn't think you'd go this far, Wanda.
You're so naive. Since I sold my parents' house when a buyer came along, I was able to get a good price for it. I did it for Mom. You should be thanking me.
This is not for you to decide.
As her daughter, I did it for her. It's what you'd call filial piety.
I feel so sorry for Mom.
She'll be much happier with me rather than running around after a 35-year-old freeloader like you.
I hope you at least won't take the money from the sale.
What's with that tone? I don't like it. It makes it sound like I'm under suspicion or something. I'll get 80% commission and I'll give Mom everything else.
80% commission is too much. Give it all to Mom. Don't you feel sorry for her?
80% is reasonable. It was pretty hard to find the title deeds and go through all the procedures. Not to mention forging her signature.
You forged Mom's signature too? That's a crime, isn't it?
No, it's not. Mom said, fine, do whatever you want. I have permission.
Sounds like she's just given up, doesn't it? Besides, won't it bother your husband if Mom moves in all of a sudden?
My husband? That dog is at my beck and call. After all, I'm the one who made the company famous over the last 2 years. He does whatever I say.
I feel sorry for him.
Anyway, you have nowhere to live, so get out of that house before it's demolished. What the hell did you do?
What? What's wrong?
There's a rumor going around that's going to bring down Pronto Business.
How is that my fault?
You're the only one who could have done this.
Just me? Are you sure? I'm sure a lot of people have grudges against you.
Wrong again. I'm the kind of person people are grateful to, not resentful of. Nobody anywhere has a bad thing to say about me.
What about your employees? Seems like Pronto Business is a pretty toxic company. Even more so than the company I was with before.
What? What are you talking about?
The guy I'm in counseling with, the one I told you about the other day, just so happens to be a former employee of yours. So of course we got talking about this. And since then I've heard all kinds of stories.
The only people complaining are just a bunch of scumbags who didn't understand the company's philosophy, so they quit. They weren't suited to our company in the first place.
I heard that you forced your husband to make you vice president. Since then, things have been bad. I've heard that whenever it's close to closing time, you come in and give everyone an additional 3 to 4 hours worth of work to do. When my friend was out with his family on a day off, you called him up and told him to come in, and then called every 15 minutes until he arrived. That's pretty bad, isn't it?
Huh? What are you talking about? He must be delusional.
I heard many other stories, too.
So what? Employees who quit have nothing but bad things to say about the company.
Well, that's what I suspected. But I looked it up, too, and it was amazing what else came up. That's why I wrote about it on my blog.
What are you talking about? What blog?
I trade stock, right? I'm actually relatively well known in the industry.
Don't make me laugh.
I know how to make solid investments, so I've been able to make a little money. These days, it's to the point where I can get by without working anymore. So I started a blog to show other people how to achieve the same results. It's been pretty popular.
What does that have to do with the company?
Well, I looked up the financial situation of Pronto Business. It's terrible, isn't it?
How could you possibly know that?
I was an accountant at my old company. I'm good at checking for things like that. And I'm your brother, so I was a little concerned. I wanted to know how things were really going. And Pronto Business is a stock company, so its financials are already publicly available. I can tell a good deal from those statistics. And from your behavior.
I don't understand. You're not making any sense.
I heard that you kicked out the company's accountant. Pronto's financial situation used to be pretty good. But since you became vice president and the company started doing a lot of commercials, the advertising expenses have been crazy. You're close to bankrupt, with no sign of improvement. And yet, your possessions are getting more and more fancy, aren't they?
Advertising is an investment. You wouldn't understand.
You're not wrong, but it depends. You're spending too much on advertising. I wrote in my blog that you're spending too much on advertising, and I'm not sure you can afford to keep it up.
You did what? I'll sue you for obstruction.
I just wrote an analysis based on what I saw from the numbers. That's all. I didn't write anything about the company going bankrupt or tell anyone to sell their stock. I just stated the facts.
So it's all because of you. All the inquiries from our partners and requests to cease trading are your fault.
But everyone already had a vague sense of what's going on, didn't they? How often do you put your own face in all those Pronto commercials alongside world-famous celebrities? I think everyone has been wondering if the company is going crazy or what.
The ad company wanted to put the beautiful vice president in the commercials. I just did as they advised.
Oh, that reminds me. You're having an affair with the president of the advertising company, right? I heard that from an employee. He says that everyone working at Pronto knows about it except for the president.
That can't be true.
It's common knowledge among the employees. By the way, the photos are being shared all over the office.
Oh no. I have to stop them from telling my husband. Who saw the photos? Who has them?
So anyway, I heard the boss doesn't know. I felt so sorry for him, and I figured he would figure it out sooner or later, so I told him myself.
You what?
Well, I couldn't just sit back and let him continue this farce of a marriage. I would want to know the truth if I was him.
You sold out your own sister! How could you do that, Tom?
Weed out the termites before the whole house crumbles. That's what I think.
What am I going to do if he divorces me because of this?
And the guy you're having an affair with is married too. So now she knows about the affair as well.
This is insane! This is ridiculous! I'm suing you.
I think it's you who should be sued. I hear you've been spending all the company's money too.
What? How did you hear about that?
I hear my brother-in-law is consulting with a lawyer about what to do. You better be prepared, Wanda. I'm no expert, but the divorce fees and compensation for the money you've spent sounds huge.
Hey, can you tell my husband it was a misunderstanding? Tell him I'm not cheating on him and I haven't spent any company money.
He already has all the proof he needs. I think it's too late for that.
My kids and mom are living at home with me. What am I supposed to do with them?
My brother-in-law is going to take the kids. Mom is going to live with me.
What? Don't decide that without asking me first. Without Mom, I won't be able to live. My husband can take the kids, but make sure Mom stays with me.
What? Why?
Even if I get divorced, I'll still have some money coming in from Mom's pension.
Seriously, Wanda? I didn't expect even you to be this much of a scumbag. You forced Mom to do all the housework and take care of the kids, just like she was worried about. She said she can't take it anymore. I can't let her lose her pension to you on top of all this.
Listen, Tom, I can't pay alimony, compensation, or anything else. Besides, I won't even have a place to live.
Oh, I know somewhere you can live.
Really? Can you get me a place?
Yeah, I know a nice place where they serve 3 meals a day.
Great. Make sure it's up to my standards.
So, would you rather be surrounded by barbed wire fences or under a bridge?
No, you're kidding. Don't joke about something like that. You've got to help me. Do something.
You're gonna get what's coming to you, and I'm not gonna get in the way of that. And by the way, my mom and I have decided to cut ties with you. So, this is the last time you'll ever hear from me. Bye, Wanda.
No, don't say that. Help me out. You know about money, right? We're brother and sister. Let's get along, okay? I want to live a luxurious life. What am I supposed to do if I get divorced? Don't go yet. You need to help me.
After that, my sister was divorced from her husband and sued for alimony and embezzlement. Her children have been taken in by her husband and are living with his parents. My sister is now living in a small cell in a prison, getting 3 meals a day. I wonder if a show-off like her who loves luxury and expensive things is able to survive in there. I bet it must be pretty tough for her, but it's what you call karma, after all. As for me, I started living with my mom again. I plan to find her a nice place to live in the near future, once everything calms down. And my health is much better now. I'm now living a fairly leisurely life as my friend's advisor, while trading stocks and writing my blog in my free time.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more like it, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. See you next time.